A lot of Real Madrid news came out today, and I haven't talked about a lot of it. So here's all the Real Madrid news that came out from this date to this date. According to Fabrizio Romano, Endrick is expected to leave Real Madrid on loan in January, with talks already taking place. He wants to play more also ahead of the World Cup in 2026. And Real Madrid are understood to be open to a loan move for Endrick. Endrick does not want to leave Real Madrid on a permanent move. He sees his future at the club and only wants to leave on loan in January, to play more and gain confidence. Now David Alaba. He is expected to leave Real Madrid in 2026. It is clear. Now Plético said this about David Alaba. He is fighting for a new contract. He remains a leader within the team and is still very popular. However, it currently seems very unlikely that Real Madrid will extend his contract beyond 2026. Also, Indy said this. I'll take this with a grain of salt. Real Madrid are making moves to sign Alexis McAllister. A January transfer is not ruled out, though a summer move is more likely. Who knows if this is going to happen, but I just wanted to share the news. Now also, this came out a few days ago, and I haven't been able to share it with you guys. But Real Madrid are yet to announce Ferland Mendy's renewal, which was agreed in 2024. Officially, his contract expired last summer. Club didn't also announce Benzema's last renewal, and it took over a year with Vini, Rodrigo, and Militao. And those close to Ferland Mendy are surprised by the club's delay in announcing the player's contract renewal. Senior club officials say that the announcement of a contract renewal for any player is made when the club deems it's most appropriate for its interest, based on various factors. Now, with that being said, if you're enjoying the video so far, just like the video so I know. And also, if you want to stay updated with Real Madrid news, just follow. Ruben Martin said this today. Xabi Alonso and his staff have marked this week as decisive. They feel the obligation to prove to people that they can trust in their project. The defeat at the Metropolitano left its mark, and they believe that, above all, the Clásico could be a turning point, something more than 3 points. Talking about a Clásico, Busquets Ferrer is the favorite to referee the Clásico. Sanchez Martinez and Soto Grado are the other options. And also, Carvajal and Tram will be ready for a Clásico. Dean is a doubt. Now, Dean was asked today, will you make it to a Clásico? He said, I think I already know, but we'll keep it as a surprise. Know that Dean is trying to be back. Now also, Marca said this. There is something unclear with Thiago. He has played more games with the national team, and with Real Madrid so far this season. He has been called up more times with the first team than with Castilla. Arda is also nominated for La Liga U23 Player of the Month for the second time in a row. Mbappe is nominated for La Liga Player of the Month for the third time in a row. And Xabi Alonso is nominated for La Liga Coach of the Month for October. And also, Juvenil A win 1-0 against Juventus in the UEFA Youth League. Naum has received a 2-game ban for his red card on Vini. And Hansi Flick has been suspended for 1 match. He will not be on the bench for a Clásico. And Dro said, I really want to play a Clásico. Also, Real Madrid had a game against Juve today and they won 1-0. Now, during this game, Raúl Asensio requested to be subbed due to muscle cramps. But based on what was said in the dressing room in the initial examinations, it doesn't appear to be an injury. And Miguelito Cope said that he's not injured. And 5 managers have won their opening 3 Champions League games in charge of Real Madrid. And Xabi Alonso is now one of them. Now also, UEFA have awarded Vini the assist for the goal. And Arda was man of the match. Now also, it was said that the club informed Lucas Vázquez this morning about tonight's tifo. It was made for him. And on IG, he wrote this. I dreamed of it as a child. I lived it as a man. Proud and grateful always. Although I'm far away, my heart is still there. Thank you so much, Real Madrid. Now also, Mario Cortegana came out with a lot of news. Despite the noise that has surrounded Fede Valverde in recent weeks, he is noted as a leader through the daily example of his work ethic. Tchouaméni is also seen as heading in the right direction. And Mbappe is one of the players who has stepped up, although he is described more as a leader in matches than a day-to-day basis. He does not reach the level of Cristiano, well-documented ego and hunger. And Trent is described around the club as someone who will need more time to adapt, as he still seems shy. And Real Madrid squad still has its senior figures, but there is definitely a sense that they do not possess as many leaders as they once did. And Dean has been asked to improve. He started well, but he has made mistakes in recent weeks. And sources familiar with the situation say that Alonso found a dressing room with many bad habits. Xabi has been working on creating a new culture, asking for key elements such as punctuality and high intensity in training sessions. They've gone from having a coach who was hardly involved in training sessions, Ancelotti, to one who seems just like another player. A person close to the first team player said, towards the 23-24 season, a source close to Real Madrid considered it essential that at least one of Luka Modric and Toni Kroos stayed. Luka, who ended up renewing, and Toni Kroos, who decided to retire. This year, the situation was described in the same way. There were doubts about the continuity of Luka Modric again. It looked like Vázquez might depart. If both leave, this is going to be very difficult, the source said. It's not a technical issue, but rather one of atmosphere. If Carvajal is left alone, he'll explode within a month. Neither Luka Modric or Vázquez were renewed, despite concerns developing over the dressing room atmosphere last term, and that apparent worry over Carvajal. And after Real Madrid's 5-2 defeat to Atleti, stern words were shared among the first team group. Sources say there was a frank exchange between players, a particular criticism aimed at junior members of the squad over their attitude and application in the build-up. Now I want your opinion on this. Ramon Alvarez said this. My assessment of Jude Bellingham's performance against Getafe does not align with that of majority. Watching him live from the stadium yesterday, I loved his performance. Physically, he has improved a lot, and I believe he was crucial in winning duels and providing continuity to many plays. Now, with all that being said, let me know what you guys think.